oh, the right stuff. Dougie, that's an oldie but goodie. I know you remember that. Welcome back to Quarantender. That's right, the game show where you, the audience, sends in videos and we bring on a bachelor and bachelorette and they pick who they want to quarantine with. Dougie, I know you've been quarantining with yourself a lot lately. How's that been for you?
Good.
Well, he knows how to fill up the air on a TV screen, doesn't he? Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how to say this any more than y'all do, but the quarantine has made me feel like a leper. And I don't mean the kind that jumps out and bites you. I mean the one where things fall off. I just need sex. But anyway, this show's not about me, and it's not about Dougie either. Dougie, we could tell him all about our sex life together, couldn't we?
Yep.
Well, here's to you, Dougie. I'm going ahead and celebrating a little bit tonight because this celebrates my third divorce. Now, getting back to you, it's time to hear from that bachelorette, that lovely bachelorette. Dougie, hit her up for us.
All right. Our first contestant tonight on Quarantender is a school teacher from North Carolina. Give it up for Grace Parker.
Hi. Hi.
Grace
Hi.
Parker.
Hi.
How are you? I didn't mention this earlier, so it's a good time to do it. My name is Wink Massengale, and I'd love to know a little bit about you, Grace. Tell us, how have you been during the quarantine?
Oh, I've just been blessed. Sometimes I just think about how my kids are getting through this quarantine, because I don't have kids of my own. I would never have sex. Sometimes I just wonder about them and if they're getting through and if they have God on their side like I do.
Wow, you sound like a real firecracker.
Yeah.
You love kids, and did I hear you right? Did you say you wouldn't have sex?
I'm motherly. I have a motherly personality. I love to take care of people, but I would never engage in the intercourse. I'd like to just sit with my Bible and my blanket and just think about what the Lord has done for me.
Oh my, I can feel the Spirit moving through me right now, Grace.
Oh,
Hey.
that's God. That is God. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah, praise Jesus. I can tell you, from my point of view, that is actually a sweet and tender way of looking at this. And Dougie, I know one time you had a sweet and tender relationship. You dated that woman that sold books for a living with a small hand. What was her name again?
Frida.
That's right, Frida. Now, coming back to you, Grace. During this quarantine, what kind of men, I'm sure it's coming to your mind, would you be interested in? What's your type, Grace?
Oh, there is only one true and living God that is for me. But on this earth, I just want someone that carries the Lord close to them as I do, and doesn't engage in touching, but mind melding, mind love making in the soul, not of the body, but in the spirit. I want my spirit to connect with his and to make, I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
You certainly feel like it. I'm a little concerned that you may not know what this show's about, Grace, but we're happy to have you on, and I can promise you, I can feel the Spirit going through my veins. Are you ready to get right on down to find out about those eligible bachelors that you might be able to sit around and read the good book with?
I would love to spread the word. That's why I'm here. I'm here to preach the gospel, touch as many souls as I can. I just want to spread his word. I want to get rid of the anxiety and the pent up. I'm blessed.
Yes, you are. And I'm loving that house party that's going on in the background there.
I don't
It's
know.
lovely.
I
The
don't.
Lord
I
is
have
moving
no
through
idea.
you.
It's just me here. It's just me and the Lord. hear nobody else, because I have to be by myself. I can't have temptations coming into my life. That's a word.
Mom?
No, it
Mom.
is. I tell you what.
Mom. There's no mom here. That is.
Well, Dougie, it appears we've got ourselves a woman that's talking to the Lord right now. So let's please hit that first video for her so she can figure out who she wants to possibly get on her knees and pray with.
Hello, I am Patrick Moss. My friends call me Pat. I am very into the pegging. Some of you might think the pegging is going to Cracker Barrel and playing that little game. Or some of you might think the pegging is what you do when you make a fake leg for a pirate. Pegging might also make you think of a loom with a weaving back and forth, making a very nice blanket. It is not. I'm very into the pegging. I'm also very into calling you mommy. Mommy, I like to say older women. Please swipe right on me if you like the pegging. I like the pegging. You might be my square peg, but I got a round hole.
Holy Cracker Barrel, Grace! What were we thinking about that sexy, masculine man?
I heard that the blankets can also be referred to as pegging when you are covered in the blood, as I am here. And I saw Jesus juice in his hand, so I think I'm okay. But I am open to spreading the gospel to whoever I could.
So you actually felt a little bit of a connection, a little tender connection with him, a tad bit.
I don't feel fulfilled in my spirit. I don't.
I see. Was there anything about that man right there that turned you on a little bit, Grace?
I do like the facial hair. It reminds me of Jesus when he was on the cross. And
yeah, no, that's the first thing I always think of when I think of that. Hey, Dougie, yeah. I'm sorry. I know Dougie's a big fan of Christ. He's been in and out of AA his whole life, but we love him for it no matter what he's done. Hey, Grace, big thing I need to ask you right now. Are we feeling a swipe right, a swipe left, or do you want to get that facial hair of Christ on your soul now?
I see what else is out there. I know there are more people that need my blessings.
Oh, amen to that, sister. And I don't blame you right now because we're going to get hot and bothered on this next one. Please put the spirit of Jesus in this woman and show us the next video, Dougie.
Darling, would you like to tell him who you are?
John Spicoli.
And I'm Lynetta Spicoli. We're here at the Wesley Arms Hotel to pay homage to the great Professors Roger and Virginia Clausen, who are the reason why John and I met right here in this hot tub.
We look to take on new lovers.
New lovers.
Specifically lovers that would spray Ghirardelli chocolate all over our backsides while we make love like the otters from the sea.
Like otters from the sea. So listen. Come join us here at the Wesley Arms Hotel, where we continue to pay homage to lovers before, lovers now, and lovers next.
No.
Holy Spicoli! What do I think of those two hot tub lovers with a little bit of a flash to the past from SNL?
Oh, at first I thought that they were starting a worship center because it was two of them, but then they began to. They can be blessed. No.
I see. So you weren't feeling that baptism of fire right there, were you?
The only other person that is in my life is going to be God.
No, I don't blame you. And God's
Yeah.
fulfilling because he's all powerful and all knowing. I know Dougie once dated a woman that got on to Jeopardy, didn't you, Dougie?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Now, Grace, you weren't feeling this one, but that doesn't mean this next one is going to make you raise down the heavens and bring up a lover. Dougie, let's hit that next video as if God were putting fruit juice on your holy water.
Hey, I was on the first episode of Quarantinder, but I was the Easter Bunny. So Easter's gone, so I was getting ready for the next big holiday. I mean, there are other holidays, but I mean, malls don't have like Uncle Sam's during 4th of July. I never got trained to be a Santa, so I've just kind of been doing the Easter Bunny stuff. I'm still hiding eggs in my neighborhood, but they're not Easter eggs, so they're not painted. They're just white eggs. Yeah, would love to find someone to spend this time with.
Yeah, my God.
Ho, 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 ho.
Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, holy white Christmas goat. That made me want to bang my sleep all night. What did you feel, Grace?
See, you have to understand that Santa tries to tell himself that he is worthy of Christmas. It is his day, but it is, when I tell you it is my God's day, okay? It is my God's day. Fucking Santa Claus.
Whoa, I see it. Seems like we've gotten a little
My God said, no.
Now, is there any part of you that would love to see his sack?
He can be blessed.
I apologize. It appears the ambulance just went by me right there because that man was just smoked and fired. Give me 1 second as they go on by. Bless you. Back to the show, if I may, really quickly. I'm feeling like you may not want to take that guy because you said fucking in the middle of that. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that's a no-go for you. Is that right, Grace?
I'm going to try to take over. My God's day is the day of Jesus's birthday, okay? Goddamn motherfucking Santa Claus.
Dougie, she talks like that sailor woman that you used to date, that you used to take to Baskin Robbins. Remember her?
Yep.
What was her name?
Gloria.
Oh, that should suit who we have here, Grace, because Gloria.
No.
In there.
Because if you're going to hit the note correctly. Gloria!
My goodness, that made the whole screen shake here over on the Zoom. Dougie, if you wouldn't mind, let's hit that video so we can find out whether Christ is going to come back as a bush or a ghost. Hey, how are you? My name is Thomas Magnum. Most of you know me as Magnum PI. I want you to swipe right on me on this Quarantinder because I've been lonely during this pandemic. By the way, the PI stands for Penal Investigator. That's what I do. I investigate penals. So swipe right on me, and I'll investigate those penals. God, I'm good. God, he is good looking, and I don't know about you, Grace, but I'd let him invade my penals. That's how spirited and walking across the water I'd be for that man. I tell you right now, I feel like Lazarus rising up from my loins.
This is the devil. Everything you have done this evening is the devil, okay? You see, my God said, there shall be no other God before me, okay? And you brought Santa Claus into my castle, into my prayer closet. That is the devil. That's the devil.
Grace, I know I speak on behalf of Dougie, Whoever you get to choose tonight is going to be one lucky devil. Grace, we're going to send you off right now to the waiting room, but I want you to be thinking long and hard there about which two you'd like to take with you on Quarantender. God bless you, my child. And Dougie, do we have sponsors this week after last week's show? Gosh, I hope so. Dougie, hit those sponsors and tell us who the winners of last week's show were. Grace, hallelujah.
Hey, all you Quarantender fans, we have more show for you coming right up. But you know the drill. We have to pay those bills. Whoops. Looks like no sponsors. Wink is not gonna like this. Oh well. Let's take a look at our winners from last week's Quarantender. First up, we had Venice Holiday Inn. You voted, and Venice is going to be quarantined with Darren. Congratulations to the happy couple. Next up, we had Ice Pick. The votes are in, and Ice Pick found love with Sylvia. Once again, congratulations to all our happy couples. Now, we have more Quarantender. But first, let's hear from those sponsors.
Taping now.
Yep.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Quarantender. Hey, Dougie, we lost all our sponsors?
Yep.
That a boy. Well, I'm here to tell you this one's sponsored by Alfred Crane, one of the best actors of our time. And if you don't believe me, you can watch him do some acting where he's always acting as if he may be Al's best man. If that made no sense to you, that's where I am tonight after that last contestant. I don't feel good. Hey, Dougie, I don't want to talk about how right now my things are sticking to my leg. That'll make people awkward out there. But I will promise you, I have not had anybody muff dive since I was a young man. Hit us up with our first bachelor. Wait, the Bachelorette. Hit the man.
All right, Wink. Our next contestant is unemployed and currently residing in Colorado. Please give it up for Mr. Andy Royd.
Andy Royd, Wink Massengale here, and I will admit I took an edible earlier and I didn't know it was going to hit. How are we?
Hello, Wink. We are fine.
Oh, Jesus, Dougie. Tell me a little bit about yourself, if you wouldn't mind.
My name is Andy Royd. Currently, I am an out-of-work plus-size sex robot.
Oh, Jesus. I see. Andy, explain that.
Well, the COVID virus has prevented people from being socially together. So to mitigate that, people are taking off masks, going to their sex shops and buying robots that they can be intimate with. And I was one of the overstocked plus size robots so that they would have robots of every size for people.
What kind of clientele do you normally get that buy you?
It depends. If they're having a fire sale, then we can go all over the world.
Well, Dougie, you know how to pick the contestants. Tell us, what is it about quarantine that's made you feel extra frisky?
Well, I am tired of one-night stands, humans treating me like I am a piece of plastic and metal. But really, I want that love that will endure and that I can settle down with someone and be happy with, that will not unplug me in the morning or let my charge go down on my battery.
No, I know that Dougie used to have a hard time with his battery always charging down. What'd you ever do with that? Or was that just whiskey dick, or was that more like problematic?
It was cancer.
I would rather have whiskey dick than that cancer.
I tell you right now, I don't know which one I'd choose from after the night I'm having, but I do want to get to this part. Are you ready to find out whether you can find a match on Corn Tender?
I was born ready, Wink. I am so excited to be here.
Well, thank you again for being here, because I can promise you, you've charged my particles. Let's go ahead and hit it. Hit it, Dougie.
Jeremy left me on the day we were supposed to get married, and my daddy said that I have to find someone to marry me right now because he didn't spend $50,000 on a stupid ceremony and reception for a no-good deadbeat son of a bitch. And if I don't get married today, he is gonna disown me and I won't get my trust fund. So if you could please swipe right on me and meet me at St. Stephen's Baptist Church in 20 minutes, that would be great. We have lobster on the menu.
Holy crabs, baptisms, and love. What are we feeling over here, my friend? Were you feeling something, Andy Royd?
I'm feeling a charge in my left robotic buttock. I think that she needs a man who will become the Terminator to take care of Joe, and then I can take care of her. I have many attachment parts. Some are pleasurable and some are not. My programming is generally to protect and serve, but sometimes I can get pissed off.
That makes sense to me. I'm worried about the parts on you that don't bring pleasure. Having said that, Andy Royd, what was your favorite thing about her? She seemed a little upset at Jeremy, obviously, but there was also this sort of spoiledness to her. Did that bother you at all?
She seemed pretty genuinely pissed off, but I'm afraid with all her tears, she might rust parts of me that I do not need to be rusted.
That is always scary. So right now, Andy Royd, are we thinking a right swipe, a left swipe, or we want to see that next video?
I would like to see what the next swipe leads to, maybe a gigabyte of fun, but I will put her in my hard drive and remember her for later.
I love where you said that right there, Andy Royd. Juggy, if you wouldn't mind, if you would take his hard drive and make it into a floppy disk for me.
Hello, Corn Tender World. My name is Maybelline because, you know, I was born with it. I am a furloughed hairdresser, and I have just been getting so lonely during quarantine because I haven't been able to run my hands through anybody else's hair, and I've just been craving it. And I'm really just looking for a guy with a nice, big, full head of hair. Because, you know, there's nothing more satisfying than a guy that knows how to use his big, strong hands to style his own hair. And I can even teach you some moves. Like how to keep a curl in your hair or how to keep your hair from getting frizzy when it rains outside. We can even introduce some toys, like a hair straightener or a blow dryer, depending on how far we go, of course. If you pick me, you will not be disappointed because I'm a cut above the rest.
Oh my, I want to super cut my way down through my bunghole after that one. Woo!
You are not kidding, Wink. I am speechless. I was, wow.
She was something else. And thank God I've got a full head of hair, because that woman right there says she wants to put her hands through it. And she was like an innuendo princess. How'd you feel about her innuendos?
I loved it. It makes me want to grow my hair out. I can switch a switch and my hair will grow fast. I cannot wait to have her run her hands through my head of fully synthetic human looking hair. I cannot. And the good thing is she can cut it and then I can grow it again and relive the experience.
Oh,
It was just a one-night stand.
you just did an innuendo as well.
I did wink.
So we felt the real match there, but let me ask you. There's a few things that had to scare you. She seemed very literal. Whenever she said something, she would pull out a prop and say it. Did it freak you afraid at all when she snipped right in front of you?
I like the blow dryer and the toys, but the snipper kind of got me a little concerned.
Me too.
I don't want her snipping the right wires, if you know what I mean, Wink.
I sure do. Back in the day, in the late 90s, Dougie had a weird incident with somebody snipping. Do you remember that, Dougie?
Yep.
Care to expound?
Vasectomy.
There it is. He can't have children. Now.
Oh, I thought you were going to say John Wayne Bobbitt.
Now, Andy Royd, are we feeling a swipe right, a swipe left, or do you want to beep, 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 on to the next one?
I will put in my queue, and I will beep, beep, boop, beady, boop, bop, beep, right.
There it is. He said it first. He's going to C3PO in your face. Dougie, hit that next video.
Hi there. Who are you? Who are you? Who am I? Who am I? Wouldn't you like to know? Where am I? I'm here. I'm there. I'm here. I am the petal of a lily. I am a golden drop of sunshine. I am essential. Lavender, smell it. Smell it. Oh, you can't? You're on a screen. Try harder. I am marigold. I'm your dream. I might be your nightmare. But I am the butter on your bread, melting into every little taste bud. I am the shovel that digs up the dirt. I am here.
Whoa, there, everywhere, inside, smell me, lick me, feel me. Holy Christmas, that girl is in tune. How did she make you feel, Andy Royd?
Stop the interwebs. I think I am in love. I could smell the lavender and magnolia. I was entranced.
I saw you trying. I too leaned in and gave it a little whiff. What was your favorite thing about this earthy woman?
She kept asking who she was. Identity crises are part of my specialties in my dates with other people. I can help them find themselves in new and exciting ways.
When you said that, your arms came up and did the robot dance. Is that a hint on what that night would look like?
Oh, yes, Wink, it would.
Oh!
And so much more.
Well, I promise you, she was a keeper, and more importantly, she seemed spiritual in a way. She also was a little bit off of her marbles. Did that bother you at all?
Yeah, she seemed mysterious and sexy, and she was kind of like, I did not know what to make of her, and paradoxes turned me on.
Oh! Well, I know one thing's for certain. Dougie one time took a paradox out to Dumars. Tell him about that night with Paradox.
We were arrested.
How does one get arrested at Dumars?
An 8-ball of cocaine and a bag of mushrooms.
Oh my.
Well, it appears that right now we've learned a lot about Dougie. We've learned a lot about that earthy, crunchy earth biscuit we just saw. And most importantly, we need to know right now, Andy Royd, are we feeling a right, left, or we want to go right up the middle?
I feel like let's make a deal. Let's go to the next window, please.
Bam! Hey, Dougie, this man's not completely onto it right now. So you know what that means. It's time for him to sniff, smell, and queef.
Oh my.
Y'all, it's Praline again. I'm devastated that I have not been swiped on Quarantender. Look, I've made a chicken A whole chicken. I have no one to share this chicken with. I cut out its back with this knife and I just went like that. And I have salad to be healthy and plenty of baked goods. So I just need someone to share my chicken and my heart and all my breastises with it. So swipe on me. Praline. Yeah!
Wow.
Yeah! That's a woman with a lot of breastises. What were you
Cheers.
thinking right there, Mr. Andy Roy?
I was thinking there is a lot of chicken and pralines that would be very nice. I can synthesize chicken in my mechanical gullet. I know that would be taken care of physically, and she would be very nice to have around.
Well, that's a visual I'd like to stick in my head and let it rumble around like a tumbler through jellyfish. Dougie and I, we need to know right now. We have to feel this. What was the biggest thing that turned you on right there about a woman like that with all the breasts?
Breastises are pretty cool. I can go for them every day. They can make my hard drive reformat itself.
Well, holy Commodore 64, I can feel the heat and the magic inside of this ROM. In this ROM. Now,
yes,
I'm going to need you to right now figure out right now which two you're going to want to pick while we stop for a minute and break for those sponsors. No fucking sponsors again? That's what you've done for me? Welcome back to Quarantender. That's right, the place where women and men get together to meet up and cop you late. Dougie, you remember when we copulated in New Mexico, don't you?
Yep.
Oh, I know the meaning of a painted desert. Why don't you go ahead and bring back those contestants for us, Dougie?
All right. Let's welcome back to the show our contestants.
Well done. What a professional moment. I was just pouring a drink and thinking I had a moment to have that drink, but no, I did not. Contestants Grace and Andy, because I know my work. How are we?
Blessed.
I am doing very well. I just received my update from MicroHard.
Well, I know that Dougie and I speak for the world when we say this. We're all MicroHard to figure out what decisions you're going to make. And I think we need to start with the ladies first, especially the ladies that have a little bit of a upstairs influence. Grace, have you narrowed it down to two, girl?
I don't feel as if any of these gentlemen are for me. But if it was to be two, the first one?
The first one.
Yeah.
So we have to go back and look to see who the first one was. You don't even remember anything about him?
My mission this whole show has been to come up here and spread the gospel. And I felt the energy that he needed some God in his life. So, and I'd like to spread it to whoever.
Well, if I wasn't drunk, I'd be able to tell you who the contestant was too. Let's see if Dougie knows who that person was. Who was she talking about?
The Pegger.
That's right. The Pegger. Thank you for refreshing my drunk memory. Grace has made an upset pick of the year by picking the Pegger. Grace, have you ever pegged a man before?
No, but Jesus had pegs in his hands as he was nailed to the cross, and I believe that there's something in there.
Ah, I think I see why we don't have sponsors this week. Could I ask you really quickly, who's your second pick?
it took me a long time to decide on the second one, but at the end of the day, my heart led me to the one man who believes that he could be in the same room with my God, who thinks that he can take Jesus's birthday and make it his own. That motherfucking Santa Claus.
Well, she's going to pick the upset of the century. She's picked Santa, who she may end up murdering or sacrificing. I'm not sure, but I know Santa will be needing some sort of attention because that guy's a nerd. Hey,
there's only one God.
Grace, I do believe in a whole multitude of gods, but I still love you, girl, and by the grace of being, I love ya. Good luck on your quarantiner, and check in next week to see who you get picked with. Now, coming over to you, Andy Royd. Are you ready? Have you narrowed it down to 2?
I have run several algorithms, several synoptic time dilation studies, and 4 mega complex decision factors to determine. Contestant number 2 will be my first choice, the hair snip cut lady with the toys and scissors. I think getting a haircut every day would be nice.
Oh, what a Vidal Sassoon pick. That must be good for you to want to have something like that. A woman that's there to blow dry, cut your hair, and give you innuendos, where she might even put a cape on you and smack your naked bottom.
That would be nice.
Now we're talking real finally. Who's your number 2 pick?
The person selected from my hard drive in alpha sector of my brain. That person is Lavender Lady.
You've gone and done it. You could smell her from where you were, couldn't you?
Yes, I can. I can manufacture all sorts of smells if you like.
Oh, I think that right now, whenever I think of somebody manufacturing smells, I'm always going to say no. All right. He's picked it up there. Andy Royd, I appreciate your time, and I hope you get your little R2-D2 ass out of here as soon as possible. Grace, good to see you tonight, and on behalf of Dougie, I'm Wink Massengale. Tune in next week for Quarantender. You don't have to bluff. Good night.
This is Dougie. On behalf of Wink Massengale and myself, thank you for watching Quarantender. We have a brand new show coming at you next week. And remember, love is fleeting, but Quarantender is forever.